Welcome back to SWGA, Sickle Cell Awareness with Patient Advocate Monica. If you're visiting for the first time, welcome. If you are a new subscriber, welcome to the tribe. In today's video, I will tell you what sickle cell is, the different variations of sickle cell, and the type of sickle cell that I have. Let's get into the video. Sickle cell disease is an inherited blood disorder. People living with sickle cell disease have mostly hemoglobin S, which means hemoglobin sickle. Healthy red blood cells are round and soft and they flow through the body so easily. When a patient has hemoglobin S red blood cells, they have the crescent-shaped blood cells, crescent like the moon, which makes it very difficult for blood to flow through the body easily. The sticky sickling cells, they go through the body and they're sticky, so it makes it difficult for blood to flow through the body when the red blood cells are sickling. And when oxygen and blood is not flowing through the body normally like it should, then damage begins to happen to the body, damage in the tissues as well as damage in the bones. And this is what they call the complications of sickle cell. There are 5 variations of sickle cell. The first type is SS, which means both parents have the hemoglobin S. Your mother have hemoglobin S and your father have hemoglobin S. That is commonly called the sickle cell disease. The second variation is SC, which means one parent have hemoglobin S and the other parent have hemoglobin C. Your father could have hemoglobin S and your mother could have hemoglobin C. Hemoglobin C is also an abnormal hemoglobin. Too much of hemoglobin C can cause extreme anemia. So you'll commonly hear people say sickle cell anemia. The third variation is the sickle cell trait. Not a lot of people take the sickle cell trait seriously for some reason. Having the trait still means you have the sickle cell gene. So if you have a child or you have a spouse that have the trait and you see the symptoms, I would definitely take it serious. If you have the trait, take it seriously. One of the things that people don't know is if you don't manage the trait well, it shows up like the disease. The fourth and fifth variation are kind of similar. The fourth variation of sickle cell is called thalassemia. There are 2 types of thalassemia. You have alpha thalassemia and you have beta thalassemia. Let's start with variation number 4, which is alpha thalassemia. Hemoglobin has what is called a mutation chain. In the mutation chain, if the alpha mutation isn't producing as it should, then you're diagnosed with sickle cell alpha thalassemia. Same goes with beta. You will have sickle cell beta thalassemia if your hemoglobin beta chain isn't producing as it should. If you've learned anything in this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell because I do weekly uploads. The type of sickle cell that I have is called beta thalassemia. Thalassemia is commonly found in people from Indian heritage, not Native American, but people of Indian descent. So I always mess with my mom about that. I was like, well, Mom, you want to prove that Dad had Indian in his family, so here's the proof. I have sickle cell beta thalassemia. All jokes aside, one of the things that come with having sickle cell beta thalassemia is congestive heart failure. A lot of patients that have sickle cell beta thalassemia also have congestive heart failure. And it's one of the signs, the symptoms, and the complication of having sickle cell disease. There are more complications with sickle cell disease. I have a video on that and I'll include that link in the description of this video, as well as the 12 triggers that trigger sickle cell crisis. I'll add that link in the description as well. If you know someone with sickle cell disease, or you have sickle cell disease or the trait yourself, let's have a dialogue about that and tell me what you think about this video in the comments section. Until next time, stay hydrated and stay well. Goodbye.